It's Friday, it's 6 p.m. You are done with the work week, but you've still got a little more work that you had intended to do that you didn't finish yet. And so you tell yourself, okay, I'll just catch up on the weekend. I'll do it on Saturday or I'll do it on Sunday. I'll catch up on the weekend. And then the weekend rolls around, and you know what? You don't want to do that work because who does? Have you ever found yourself in this position? If so, you're going to want to listen to today's episode. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. I hear this all the time from my coaching clients. They intend to catch up over the weekend, but then inevitably they don't feel like it, which is, totally understandable. I don't want to work on the weekend either. So on Saturday, they say to themselves, I'll do it tomorrow. And then on Sunday morning, they say, I'll do it tonight. And then Sunday night comes and shocker, they don't feel like doing it either. But now they find themselves in an uncomfortable bind. No, they didn't do the work they intended to do over the weekend, but they also didn't really enjoy the weekend because they spent so much of it simply dreading the work they needed to do. This is a lose-lose situation. And you might be wondering, why does this keep happening to you, right? Did you see yourself in that? Well, in my experience, it's that pesky optimism popping in and it's crowding out our dear friend realism. But the good news is that this problem has a solution. And that solution is, drumroll please, to accept reality, which is actually harder than it sounds, but it's a skill that you can improve upon. And not only to accept reality, but to prioritize your future self. What if instead of telling yourself that you'll work on the weekend when you definitely don't want to, and in your heart of hearts, you know you're not going to, what if you experimented with taking working off the weekend off the table as an option for yourself? And I hear you saying, how? I have too much work to do during the week. How could I actually take it off the table? But hear me out for a second. It's totally possible that you're already not doing the work on the weekend that you intended to do and that you told yourself that you would do, right? You're already not doing it. So, really, in fact, the amount of work done isn't going to change. But how you feel about it and how you feel about it yourself, that will definitely change if you take working on the weekend off the table. So tell me, in which of the following scenarios do you think you're going to feel better? So, scenario one, telling yourself that you're going to catch up over the weekend, not actually doing any work, but having anxiety about the work you're not doing. So, that's option number one. Or option number two, accepting that you're not going to do any work on the weekend, enjoying your weekend without that thing that you're not going to do anyways hanging over your head, right? If it's me, I choose number two every single time. And with a little support, my clients do too. Now, why do I choose it every single time? Well, because I've certainly made the other choice in the past and I have regretted it every single time. So, what about you? If you were thinking about working on the weekend this weekend, about catching up, about, getting your email inbox down a little more, what if you just did an experiment? What if you just said, this weekend, I'm not going to tell myself that I have to do this? How would your weekend go differently? And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe now so that you can save yourself time in the future and never miss an episode. It'll take 5 seconds to hit subscribe, and the payoff will be big. You'll never have to think about it again. And pro tip, you'll be using the decide once strategy and saving yourself from the fate of decision fatigue. Do yourself this quick kindness, and I'll see you next time.